My child, heaven is calling once more. This is not imagination, not illusion, and not a moment that wandered into your life by chance. This is a deliberate call, sent with purpose, and it has reached you because I willed it to. Pause where you are, quiet your heart and listen carefully. The door is still open, but it will not remain open forever. What I am about to reveal carries eternal weight, and it will stop you exactly where you stand. Are you ready to pick up? Do not miss this call. I am Jesus, and I am speaking directly to you. I know your name, I know your voice, I know the rhythm of your thoughts and the ache you try to ignore. When heaven calls, it is never by accident. I have called you before softly, patiently through moments you felt and moments you dismissed. But today, the sound is clearer, stronger, and closer than it has ever been. This is not a general invitation. This is personal. This is me reaching for you again. You may wonder why you feel stirred right now. Why does your heart feel pulled even as your mind resists? That is because your spirit recognizes my voice. Even when your flesh hesitates, heaven knows you. Heaven has watched you walk through confusion, loss, and quiet battles no one else saw. Heaven has recorded every tear, every prayer you whispered when you fell thin, and now heaven is calling again. Not because you earned it, but because I love you. There were times you felt the call before. You sensed it in moments of stillness, in the quiet conviction that told you something needed to change. You felt it when peace slipped away, and you could not explain why. You heard my voice calling you deeper, calling you out, calling you forward, and sometimes you answered, sometimes you turn away. I did not stop loving you when you hesitated. I did not abandon you when you delayed. I waited. You thought my silence meant distance. You thought my quiet meant I had moved on. But my child, silence was mercy. Silence was space. Silence was me allowing you time because I wanted your response to be real, not forced. But understand this now with clarity and truth. This call is not like the others. This is not another gentle nudge you can ignore and return to later. This is a moment that asks for a decision. There is a door before you. You cannot see it with your eyes, but your soul feels it. This door leads into alignment, into purpose, into healing you have prayed for and clarity you have longed for. This door represents access to things prepared for you before you ever knew to ask. And right now, that door is open. But doors do not stay open forever. Not because I am cruel, but because time moves and choices matter. I have watched you stand near this door before. I have seen you reach toward it and pull your hand back. The vet spoke, doubt argued, comfort begged you to stay where you were. You told yourself you would walk through it when you felt ready. But readiness does not come from comfort, it comes from trust, and trust is being asked of you now. If you answer this call, everything begins to change. Not all at once in the way you imagine, but deeply, truly, permanently. The confusion that clouds your mind will begin to lift. The weight you have been carrying will start to loosen its grip. The questions that circle your thoughts will find direction. I will lead you step by step, not with force, but with clarity. You will not be alone. You have never been alone. I will restore parts of you that life tried to erase. I will speak identity where you have only heard labels. I will replace fear with peace that does not depend on circumstances. I will be of your courage where you felt small and purpose where you felt lost. Answering this call does not mean your life will suddenly become easy. It means it will become aligned, and alignment brings peace no comfort ever could. But I must also speak the truth, because love does not hide consequences. If you ignore this call, something will be lost. Not my love, but your sensitivity to my voice. Each ignored call makes the next one harder to hear. Each delay builds distance in your own heart, not mine. You will continue to move, but without clarity. You will continue to live, but without the fullness I intended. And the door that is open now will eventually close. This is not a threat. This is honesty. I do not want you to look back one day and realize you missed the moment everything could have changed. I do not want you to settle for survival when you were invited into life. My heart aches at the thought of you remaining where you are when freedom is so close. So I am calling again, clearer than before, stronger than before, with urgency, but also with love. Become responsive. Say yes, not with words only, but with your heart, with your direction, with your obedience. Step toward me. Step through the door while it is open. I am here. Heaven is waiting. This call is for you. Answer before the door closes, my beloved child. Heaven is calling your name again. Not loudly, not in chaos, not through noise meant to impress, but with authority that reaches deeper than sound. This call does not come from the earth. It does not come from people, timing, or chance. It comes from me. I am Jesus, the one who was before time began, the one who holds time in my hands, the one through whom all things were made. When I speak, it is not a suggestion. When I call, it is not random. And when heaven calls your name, it is because you matter in ways you have not yet understood. Say, Amen. And quote, my heart says yes, if you're ready for His will. I speak now with divine authority, not to intimidate you, but to ground you. I am not one voice among many. I am not an opinion competing for your attention. I am the source of life, the truth that does not change, the way that leads you home. I know the world has trained you to doubt authority, to question voices, to guard your heart from being misled. But hear me carefully now. I do not speak to take from you. I speak to give you life. I do not call you to control you. I call you because I know where you are and where you are meant to be. This call is intentional. I did not stumble upon you. I did not suddenly remember you. I have known you from the beginning. I knew your name before anyone spoke it over you. I saw your days before you lived them. I watched every turn, every struggle, every quiet victory. You never celebrated. Heaven does nothing by accident. When heaven calls, it is deliberate. When heaven speaks, it is precise. And when heaven reaches for you now, it is because this moment was written long before you felt it. You may wonder why now? Why at this point in your life? Why when you feel tired, uncertain, stretched thin? But that is exactly why. I call you now because your heart is listening in a way it was not before. I call you now because the noise has not satisfied you. I call you now because comfort no longer feels like peace. I call you now because something in you knows there must be more. That knowledge did not come from you, it came from me. You were chosen to hear this call now, not later, someday. Now, many hear words but do not hear the call. Many listen with ears, but not with the heart. But you are hearing because your spirit has been prepared. Even through pain, even through delay, even through disappointment, everything you have walked through has sharpened your awareness, softened your heart, and positioned you to recognize heaven's voice when it reaches you again. This does not mean you are better than others. It means you are ready. Ready does not mean perfect. Ready means willing. Ready means aware. Ready means your soul has been asking questions your mind could not answer. And now heaven answers not with theory but with presence. The sound of heaven reaching your life is not always dramatic. Sometimes it feels like stillness that suddenly feels full. Sometimes it feels like a pull you cannot explain. Sometimes it feels like a moment where time slows and your heart beats louder than your thoughts. That is the sound of heaven. It does not always shout. It resonates and settles. It awakens. You may feel it now even as you listen, a sense that something is happening beyond words, a quiet urgency, a gentle pressure that says, and quote, pay attention, and quote, that is not fear, that is recognition. Your spirit knows my voice because it was formed by me. Even if you have wandered, even if you have forgotten, even if you have doubted, your spirit remembers me. I know you have questioned whether heaven truly sees you. You have wondered if your life is too ordinary, your mistakes too many, your progress too slow. But heaven does not measure as the world measures. Heaven looks at the heart. Heaven sees seeds long before fruit appears. Teen calls people not because they are finished, but because they are becoming. This call is not an interruption. It is an invitation. It is heaven stepping into your moment to remind you that your life is not drifting. It is being guided. Even when you felt lost, I was leading. Even when you felt forgotten, I was watching. Even when you felt silent inside, I was working in places you could not see. Do not mistake the gentleness of this call for weakness. There is power in it. Creative power, restorative power, directional power. When heaven calls your name, it carries authority to realign what has been out of order, to awaken what has grown dull, to revive what you thought was gone. This call has the power to change the course of your life, not because of volume, but because of truth. You are not here by coincidence. You did not stumble into this moment. I guided you here. I cleared distractions you did not even notice. I allowed certain things to fall silent so you could hear again. I positioned your heart where it could recognize me. That is how intentional this is. Please support our channel. Our mission is to bring peace, happiness, and devotion to God into your life. If you wish to help us continue this work, you can kindly show your support by donating through Super Thanks. I am not calling you to religion. I am calling you to a relationship. I am not calling you to perform. I am calling you to respond. I am not calling you because you have everything together. I am calling you because I want to walk with you as things come together. Heaven does not wait for perfection. Heaven responds to humility. This call carries with it the sound of life. It carries hope where you felt stuck. It carries direction where you feel confused. It carries peace that does not depend on circumstances. And it carries a purpose that is not forced, but revealed. Listen carefully now. Do not rush past this moment. Do not analyze it away. Let it reach you. Let it settle. Let it remind you who you are and who you are. Heaven is calling your name again, not to accuse you, not to pressure you, but to draw you closer. I am here, I am speaking, and I am calling you because this moment matters. My beloved child, I know the missed calls. I know the moments when you felt me reaching for you and chose not to answer. I know the times you sensed the pull in your spirit and told yourself you were too busy, too tired, too confused, or not ready. I know how you delayed, not always because you wanted to resist me, but because you were afraid of what answering might require. I saw you all. Nothing about it was hidden from me. There were moments when my voice came softly, like a gentle reminder in the middle of your day. You felt it in a thought that would not leave you, in a feeling that something needed to change, in a quiet nudge to pause, pray, or turn away from something that was pulling you down. You recognized it for a moment and then life rushed back in. Responsibilities called. Distractions grew louder. You told yourself you would answer later. Later I felt safer. Later it felt easier. There were other moments when my call came through conviction. Your heart felt heavy. Peace slipped away. You felt an ache you could not explain. A restlessness that followed you even in familiar places. You knew something was off. You knew you were not aligned. And instead of answering, you tried to silence the ache. You kept moving. You kept yourself busy. You convinced yourself the feeling would pass. But conviction does not come to harm you. It comes to guide you back. I also remember the times you almost answered. Times when you stood at the edge of obedience. When your heart was open and your hands were ready. But fear whispered louder than faith. Fear told you that answering would cost too much. Fear told you you would lose people, comfort, control, or certainty. And so you hesitated. You stepped back. You told yourself you needed more clarity, more strength, more confirmation. But clarity was waiting on obedience. Then there was the silence. The silence you felt and misunderstood. The quiet seasons where my voice did not feel as close as before. The prayers that felt unanswered. The moments when you wondered if I had stopped calling, stopped listening, stopped caring. My child, I need you to hear this clearly now. My silence was never absent. It was mercy. I did not go silent because I left you. I went quiet because I was giving you space. Space to choose without pressure. Space to feel the weight of your decisions. Space to realize that the ache you felt was not punishment but longing. Sometimes silence is the only way the heart learns what truly matters. If I had continued speaking the same way, you might have kept delaying without ever feeling the cost. Silence was not withdrawal. It was restraint. I watched you during that silence. I saw how you searched for peace in other places. I saw how you tried to replace my voice with noise, with comfort, with distraction. I saw how you told yourself you were fine even when your spirit felt empty. And I also saw the loving growth, the quiet desire to feel close again. The memory of what it was like when walking with me felt simple and alive. That ache you felt was not guilt. It was love calling you home. Conviction does not accuse, it invites. It points you back to the truth when you drift. And longing is the soul remembering where it belongs. Every time your heart sighed without knowing why. Every time you felt emotional for no clear reason. Every time you missed a closeness you could not explain. That was not a weakness. That was recognition. You thought you missed your chance. You thought too much time had passed. You thought maybe you ignored me one time too many times. But if that were true, you would not be hearing my voice now. I am speaking again because my mercy is still at work. But understand this, my child. This call is different from before. Before the call was gentle because the danger was distant. Before the call came with more time, more room to wander, more chances to delay without immediate consequence. Before I was teaching you to recognize my voice, and now I am asking you to respond to it. This call carries urgency not because I am angry, but because the season has changed. You are not the same person you were then. You have seen enough. You have felt enough. You know what ignoring my voice costs you. You know what compromise does to your peace. You know what distance feels like. This call is not introducing something new. It is confirming what you already know in your spirit. This time I am not calling you back to the starting line. I am calling you forward, forward into alignment, forward into truth, forward into a life that is no longer divided. The silence you felt prepared you to hear me differently now. It taught you to value my presence. It revealed what life feels like without closeness. It sharpened your hunger. I know you may feel regret when you think about the missed calls. You replay moments and wonder what might have been different if you had answered sooner. But regret is not what I want you to carry. Awareness. Learn from the delay, but do not live in it. I redeem time. I restore years. I can do more with one surrendered moment than you could do with many delayed ones. This call is different because it is clearer. There is less confusion now. You know what I'm asking. You know what needs to change. You know what needs to be released. You know what step you have been avoiding. I am not speaking in riddles. I am speaking plainly because you are ready to hear plainly. It is also different because it comes with an open door that will not remain open forever. I say this not to frighten you, but to awaken you. The silence was a pause. This call is a moment. Moments must be answered. I do not linger. I move. My child, I am not angry about the missed calls. I'm compassionate. I know how hard it was for you. I know how confusing life felt. I know how fear clouded your vision. I know how tired you were. But compassion does not cancel truth. And the truth is this: now is the time to answer. Do not wait for silence again. Do not wait for longing to grow heavier. Do not wait for clarity to come without obedience. Pick up now. Respond now. Let the missed calls stay in the past. Let this one become the moment everything begins to realign. I am still here. I have always been here. And I am calling you again not because you failed before, but because I believe in who you are becoming. My beloved child, I want you to picture this with your heart, not just your mind. There is a door before you. It is not made of wood or stone, not something your hands can touch. Yet it is more real than anything you can see. This door stands between where you have been and where I am calling you to go. Light pours through it, warm and steady, not blinding, but alive. Beyond it is clarity, peace, alignment, and a life that breathes again. And right now, the door is open. Type Amen. Heaven's power is near if you sense the supernatural coming. But hear me carefully. It is not standing open without movement. It is not frozen in time. It is slowly, quietly beginning to close. I do not say this to frighten you. I say this because love tells the truth before the moment passes. Doors in the spirit do not slam shut without warning. They close the way the heart hardens gradually, almost unnoticed, until one day you reach out and realize the space is no longer wide enough to step through. I do not want that day to arrive for you. This door represents an opportunity that cannot be forced open later. It represents access that comes by obedience, not effort. It represents a season prepared specifically for you, with timing that cannot be repeated once it passes. You have felt its presence. You have sensed it in moments when your heart raced and you did not know why. You have felt it when you thought, if not now, then when? That was the door calling your attention. Time is moving, my child. Whether you feel ready or not, time does not wait for comfort. It does not pause for fear. It does not sow because you are uncertain. Each moment you delay, the door moves closer to closing. Not because I am pulling it shut in anger, but because seasons shift and moments pass. There are things that belong to now and cannot be carried into later. Urgency does not mean panic. Urgency means awareness. It means recognizing that this moment matters more than most. You have lived through many days that felt ordinary, but this is not one of them. There are choices before you now that will echo forward, shaping paths you will walk and doors you will never have to knock on again if you respond now. I know part of you hopes the door will stay open until you feel brave enough, strong enough, sure enough. But obedience does not wait for certainty. It creates it. The door was not open because you were ready. It was open because I am faithful. Your readiness comes when you take a step toward me, not when fear finally leaves you. If this door closes, it will not reopen the same way. That does not mean I stop loving you. It does not mean I abandon you. It means what was available in this season will no longer be available in the next. You will still walk, still live, still move forward, but with a weight you did not need to carry, with lessons learned through consequence instead of obedience. When doors close, paths change. What could have been entered easily must then be approached through struggle. What could have been received through surrender must be fought for through hardship. What could have been learned gently must be learned through loss. I do not desire this for you. I never have. Mercy is standing in the doorway right now, holding it open with nail-scarred hands. Mercy is not shouting. Mercy is pleading. Mercy is saying, and quote, "Come now, step through now. Do not wait until the space is too narrow." Mercy does not force you. Love never does. But mercy speaks with urgency when time is short. I see you standing there weighing everything. I see your fear. I see your hesitation. I see the questions racing through your mind. But will I lose? What if I fail? What if I am wrong? But you are not asking the most important question. What will I lose if I do not go? Because what you lose by staying will be far greater than what you risk by stepping forward. The door is still open because I want you to walk through it freely. I want your yes to be real, not pressured, not forced. I want you to choose life, not drift into regret. That is why I am speaking now. Before the door closes further, before distraction dulls your clear's throat sensitivity, before fear grows louder. Do not misunderstand me. This is not about earning favor. This is about receiving what was prepared. This is not about proving yourself. This is about trusting me. You do not need to know every step beyond the door. You only need to know who stands on the other side. I am there. I have always been there, and I am calling you to come while the way is still clear. Please, my beloved, do not treat this like just another moment. Do not tell yourself you will come back to it later. Later is not promised the same access. Later is not guaranteed the same clarity. Later often comes with regret, asking why now was ignored. The door is still open, but it is closing. Mercy has spoken. Love has reached out. Heaven is watching. And I am waiting, not with anger, not with condemnation, but with longing. Step through now, my beloved child. If you answer this call, everything will begin to change. Not in the way the world changes things quickly and forgets them, but in the way heaven transforms what it touches forever. This call is not about adding something small to your life. It is about realignment. It is about the deep places within you that have been waiting, aching, hoping for restoration without knowing how to reach it. When you answer, I do not merely step beside you. I step within what has been broken, confused, and wounded, and I begin my work there. Transformation will not start on the outside. It will begin in your heart. The weight you have been carrying, the heaviness you learn to live with, the constant pressure to be strong even when you are tired, these will begin to lift. Not because your circumstances instantly change, but because you will no longer face them alone or divided inside. You will feel a settling, a quiet strength rising where anxiety once ruled. You will notice that what used to trigger fear no longer has the same power. This is not because the world becomes gentle, but because you become anchored. Healing will reach places you stopped talking about. Wounds you buried because they hurt too much to reopen will finally be touched with tenderness instead of pain. I will heal you not by erasing memory, but by removing the poison from it. What once defined you by hurt will become a testimony of survival and growth. You will no longer flinch at reminders of the past, because the past will no longer have authority over your present. Healing will come patiently, layer by layer, because I do not rush what I value. Direction will replace wandering. You have lived too long feeling unsure of your next step, second-guessing every decision, wondering if you were moving forward or simply staying busy. When you answer this call, confusion will begin to thin. You will not suddenly know everything, but you will know enough to take the next step with confidence. You will recognize which voices to listen to and which ones to let fade. You will sense when to move and when to wait. Direction will come not as pressure, but as peace that confirms you are walking with me. I will restore what you lost about yourself. Pieces of your identity that were stripped away by disappointment, rejection, failure, or survival will be returned to you. You will remember who you were before you learned to hide, before you learned to shrink, before you learned to doubt your worth. I will remind you that you are not the labels placed on you, not the mistakes you made, not the roles you were forced to carry. You are mine. And when you remember that, your posture will change, your voice will change, your decisions will change. You have spent so long defining yourself by what you do, what you endure, or what you lack. But when you answer this call, identity will no longer be something you chase. It will be something you stand in. You will stop asking, "Am I enough?" and begin living from the truth that you are already loved, already chosen, already seen. This restoration will steady you. It will make you less dependent on approval and less shaken by criticism. You will no longer need to perform to belong. Clarity will replace confusion. The fog that has surrounded your thoughts will begin to lift. You will see situations more clearly, relationships more honestly, and yourself more truthfully. You will recognize what drains you and what gives life. You will understand why certain things never worked, why certain doors closed, why certain paths felt heavy. This clarity will not come through endless thinking. It will come through alignment. When you walk in truth, confusion loses its grip. You will also gain clarity about me. You will no longer see me as distant, disappointed, or hard to please. You will know me as present, patient, and deeply involved in your life. This clarity will remove fear from your faith. You will no longer obey out of anxiety, but out of trust. You will no longer pray wondering if you are heard. You will pray knowing I am near. Freedom will replace fear. Not the absence of challenges, but the absence of control fear once had over you. Fear has guided too many of your choices. It told you when to stay quiet, when to hold back, when to settle. It disguised itself as wisdom and caution, but it kept you small. When you answer this call, fear will no longer sit on the throne of your decisions. It will still knock, but it will no longer lead. You will find the courage to say no where you once said yes to protect peace that never came. You will find the courage to say yes where you once said no, because fear spoke louder than faith. This freedom will not make you reckless. It will make you honest. You will act from conviction instead of avoidance. You will choose life instead of comfort. This call will also change how you carry responsibility. You will stop trying to control outcomes that were never yours to manage. You will learn to trust me with results while you focus on obedience. This will free you from constant pressure and self-blame. You will rest more deeply, not because life slows down, but because your soul is no longer fighting for control. As you answer this call, relationships will change. Some will grow stronger because truth will finally be present. Others may fall away because alignment exposes what was never meant to last. Do not fear this. What leaves creates space for what belongs. I will surround you with connections that support who you are becoming, not who you were surviving as. You will begin to walk with purpose again. Blood pressure, purpose. You will wake up with a sense that your life matters, that your days are not wasted, that your steps are guided. Even ordinary moments will carry meaning because you will know you are walking with me. My beloved, answering this call does not mean your life will become perfect. It means it will become true. True to who I created you to be, true to the path I designed for you, true to the peace your heart has been searching for. I am not calling you because you are broken beyond repair. I am calling you because you are ready for restoration. I am not calling you because you failed. I am calling you because you are willing. And if you answer, you will not recognize the person you were when fear ruled and confusion led. You will recognize yourself again. This is what will change if you answer. And it is waiting for you now. My beloved child, I need you to hear me clearly now. Not with fear, not with shame, but with honesty. What I am about to tell you is not condemnation. I am not standing before you with anger or disappointment. I am speaking with grief, the kind that comes from love that sees what could be lost. I am telling you the truth because silence now would harm you more than words ever could. If you ignore this call, life will continue on the surface. Days will still pass. You will still wake up, work, talk, move, and appear fine to others. But inside, something will slowly harden. The sensitivity you feel right now, the stirring in your spirit, the awareness that something holy is happening that will begin to fade, not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly. And quiet loss is the most dangerous kind because you do not notice it until you need what is gone. Comment Amen. My foundation is firm if you're holding fast to your belief, and share this video with family. My beloved, do not walk away unchanged from this moment. What you have heard was not spoken lightly, and it will not fade without purpose. Hold it close, remain attentive, and respond with a willing heart. The door is still open, and I am still calling. Stay near, trust my voice, and take the step that is now before you.